Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome along to the 6th round of the Formula A World Championship. This is Istanbul Park and we're getting set for the Turkish Grand Prix. Sofi Sevilla won last time out on the wet Nurburgring circuit, and all signs are pointing to an exciting race in the rain once again, with the natural order being completely thrown into chaos in a soaked qualifying session yesterday. Hopefully we'll be in for a spectacle of a race here today. Without further ado then, let's have ourselves a look at the circuit. This is the Istanbul Park, a 5.338km circuit in which we'll be contesting 14 laps. Considered by many to be designed at home and Tilk's finest work, the circuit has numerous elevation changes and the challenging triple apex of Turn 8 establishes itself as one of the great corners in the Formula 1 calendar. Turn 9 may also throw up some chaos as well, so watch out for that as the race goes on. It should be an absolute classic of a Grand Prix. So it's time now to go have a look at the starting grid for this Turkish Grand Prix. It's a maiden pole position for Manuel Hadre, looking for his first career win to go his podium finish in Australia, with Oscar Diaz in P2. Chloe Thomas looks to improve from the point standings in third, with Eduardo Melo in fourth. On row number 3, it's Luca Gatto, ever consistent starter for 5th place, with Nathan Daigneault 6th, looking for a third consecutive points finish. Max Schmidt starts in 7th, with Liam Turton 8th to make up for his retirement last time out in Germany. Row 5 sees Pascal Weber has his best chance to get his season up and running today from 9th, with Lucas Favrani rounding out the top 10. And it's Ricky Tanaka looking for a maiden points finish from Morimoto from 11th, and Eric Turner 12th for Ruiz. Nick Williams starts in 13th for Fraction 76, Luigi Marchesa 14th. Then it's a pair of regular front runners on row 8 with Milton Verve edging out Sofi Sevilla, both setting times 5 seconds slower than the pole time. Sergio Arbeloa starts in 17th alongside our championship leader Alexia Perne, and Scott Price starts in 19th, and Joe Daly rounding out the top 20 in one of his poorer qualifying performances. And finally, on row number 11 we have Bruno Cabral for Thornton and William Evans for Abbey Academy, rounding them out at the back. So with that, the teams appear to be all ready for lights out, so let's go down to the grid before the start of the Turkish Grand Prix. It's a slightly shorter rundown to turn 1 today, but if El Hadre can master it, he could take a good chance at his first career victory as he goes to 5 red lights now for the Turkish Grand Prix, round number 6 of the Formula A season. The lights go out and we go underway. It's a bit of a slow start from El Hadre, but Diaz has just as poor start as him. And here comes the Arab driver down in towards turn 1. He'll take the early lead, and there goes Chloe Thomas around the outside up into 2nd place. A very good start up front by Manuel Hadre and Chloe Thomas. They take the top 2 positions as Oscar Diaz falls down to 3rd. And it's Eduardo Melo 4th, Luca Gatto 5th, and Nathan Daigneault holds on to 6th immediately off the start. Very good jump by El Hadre. He jumps out to take the early control of the race. And of course, a lot of the day we'll be keeping an eye on some of the guys in the back, because obviously most of the top 6 in the standings are right there, apart from El Hadre, who could really gain some places today if he was to take victory. Here's Max Schmidt running 7th in the Ruiz. He's got Pascal Becker running behind him. El Hadre has increased that gap to almost 0.8 to about 0.8 seconds. He had a gap of a whole second over Chloe Thomas at the line, but of course that was due to the fact that El Hadre started first and Thomas started 3rd behind. We could be on for a very good race here today as they head down this straight for the first time. Going into this next turn right here is where the majority of the action today may take place, and there goes Luca Gatto, proving my point. He looks to the inside, there's contact. They come very close to wiping each other out, but Melo holds on to P4 and pulls away. Gatto backing up the rest of the field, and that could put him under serious pressure as the yellow flags are already out. Someone has an issue somewhere in the field. Let's go over and take a look at that, and it's Milton Verve who spun on the opening lap after contact with someone around him in the back. He's got some work to do now, of course. He's still trying to pick up points after his retirement in Austria, which still put him quite a way back in the standings, and this is not what he would have wanted. He's going to lose a lot more ground in the championship, provided if he stays here today. He's got, luckily for him, he's got 14 laps to still work his way forward and score some points as El Hadre begins lap 2. Chloe Thomas is closing in now in that race for the lead. Their gap's down to 0.4 seconds at the start line. Where they running last, all the way at the back of the pack, quite a way behind. Of course, it's crucial for some of these guys that they have to make some places up. Sofi Sevilla getting to work just like that. She's moved up to the P16 after passing Nick around the actual 76 car. Alexia Perne, the championship leader, would be desperate to stay ahead of Sevilla after she won last time out at the German Grand Prix. Perne has 2 race wins under her belt as well. Of course, this is not the best place she wants to be in order to try and make up points in the World Championship. It will be crucial for her that she gets back up into the top 10 where she normally is. Luigi Marchetti running 12. Morimoto had a very good weekend so far. And right now, Riku Tanaka had an incredible start, and he's up in the points. But he's got the Poland native Eric Turner closing him down in the other Brewers car. He's yet to score points this season. He'll be desperate to do so today. He's closing in. He looks down to the inside, coming down in towards the left-hander. There's contact between them. Neither one of them spin out. Tanaka holds on to 10th place, and there goes Sergio Arbeloa looking to try and pass Luigi Marchetti. Old versus young going at it head-to-head here as they come through this short shoot. Arbeloa up into 12th place around the outside. Incredible move there by Arbeloa. He managed to hold on, and that just proves the performance gap between what was assumed to be the best car on the grid and the worst car on the grid. And there goes Lucas Favorani making his way around Marchetti, and there goes Perne through as well. So Marchetti losing places left, right and centre, and those guys down on the Morimoto pit will be hoping that his teammate Tanaka doesn't suffer the same fate. Moving on to lap 3 now. It's Oscar Diaz still running third for XCT. He's yet to score a podium finish. He's done a good job so far in the standings. He's beaten his more experienced teammate Eduardo Melo both in today's race and in the championship standings. Melo is yet to score this season, and this race is giving him his best possible opportunity to do so. And Diaz could have a very good chance at scoring some good points today, provided he holds on to where he is now. So let's take a look at the positions gained and lost from that start. El Hadre hasn't gained or lost anything. He still remains in the lead from pole position. Chloe Thomas has gained 1 place at the expense of Diaz. Max Schmidt and Liam Turton have both lost places. This is to Pascal Becker, so he's up 2, and Riku Tanaka's up one off the start. So some drivers have better starts, others not so much. One driver, of course, who didn't have the best of starts, Milton Verbe, but he's pulled back up now and he's challenging William Evans for P21. And I'm not doing anything about that for the time being. And Eduardo Melo battling Luca Gatto for that 4th place position, and Nathan Daigneault is closing in. Here comes Pascal Becker as well. He's slightly further back away from Daigneault, who of course has 2 consecutive points finishes. He'd love to add a 3rd to that tally today. Gatto to the inside, going in towards the last couple of corners. There's contact. I think both run wide there, and Daigneault trying to seize his opportunity, but can't get inside. He actually trying to go around the outside there, but he couldn't quite get in there. And the field right now really backed up, and Melo pulls away once more. And Gatto could be under serious threat here as they come down the straight and into the first corner. No slipstream able to be effective for Daigneault. He's pulled to the inside to try and gain some time, but hasn't succeeded in doing so. And he's still got his rear mirror full of the German Pascal Becker, who needs to gain some ground himself in the championship. He came into today 7th in the standings, and scoring some points would be a great opportunity for him to gain some ground. El Hadre still leading the way. Chloe Thomas still second, and there he goes. He's lost control. Around goes the race leader, Mohamed El Hadre, but he's gotten stuck. He's got Chloe Thomas and Oscar Diaz are both stuck behind him. Diaz gets through first. He'll assume the lead, and El Hadre gets going. Chloe Thomas gets going as well. They're both back up into the order, and just like that, this has become a 1-2 for XCT. Wow. Well, we didn't expect that when this lap started, and just like that, the race leader out of contention and back down into 6th place just like that. I don't think him dropping places is over yet, because here comes Pascal Becker to quickly capitalise. Going down the straight in towards the left-hander. They come very close. No contact between them. 2 very good drivers going at it. But you've got to feel from Mohamed El Hadre, who's had the lead snatched from him through pure driving error, and he only has himself to blame there. Chloe Thomas unfortunately to be caught in the left behind, but she's got Luca Gatto behind now, so she's got her own problems. There goes Gatto up the inside. Nathan Daigneault once again trying to sneak in, but can't get by either one of the 2 cars. He remains down the outside and has to slow down big time to keep behind them. Thomas looking back to the inside now. There's no contact between them. Gatto just about gets the better exit. It's not over yet though, because here comes Thomas, and there it is. There he goes, and there goes Daigneault to the inside, looking to capitalise on that mistake. And going down to turn 1, the mess has settled. Gatto up and still remains in 3rd place. Chloe Thomas down in 4th, and Nathan Daigneault in 5th. The yellow flag was out briefly, and there goes Lucas Favorani spinning around as well. The chaos continues to ensue here at the Turkish Grand Prix Istanbul Park. And I believe it was Mick Wallan who must have spun previously, so both Axel 76 cars now dropping to the back of the pack. And that is very unfortunate for them. Diaz has a big lead now, about 5 seconds over Eduardo Melo. Then it's Luca Gatto in third, Chloe Thomas in fourth. One driver we're keeping an eye on, kept our eye on too much today, is Liam Turton, who of course could have had a second consecutive points finish last time out, but unfortunately on lap 2 a oil leak was the cause of his retirement. He's looking to bounce back today. He had a good qualifying yesterday and he's in P9 at the moment. He has Sergio Arbeloa chasing him down in what is clearly a faster car, but if he can hold on to that P10, he's got Tanaka behind him. I believe that's Alexis Perne in P12. So if he can hold on to that position, or perhaps if someone else is making a mistake in front of him, he could score some points. He's doing a decent job at holding off Arbeloa for the time being, as they start rounding the last couple of corners. It's still very, very close. The battle for second could start to heat up in the next lap or so. The one battle that won't heat up is the race for the lead. The gap at 7.75 seconds in the gap between first and second for the time being. Gatto very close to Melo, and we could see some more head-to-head action in this first sector. Here they come. Gatto still with no opportunity to look inside to try and make a move, and he's got to be wary for Chloe Thomas making a move behind him. Scott Price has entered the pit lane. Not quite sure why. They don't believe there's any damage on the car, and Eric Turner is coming in as well. They must have come together at some point because they're both making wing changes. For some reason, we didn't pick up on that. Both cars, or Turner out of his pit box, Price now out of his pit box as well, but we didn't catch up on any contact between the two. So that's our fault there on the camera crew, unfortunately. Both cars now back out on the track. There's Milton Verve still doing an okay job down in P17. That mistake on the opening lap is really, he broke his stride, and so he's struggling out there down the back of it, down towards the tail end of the field, and around go the two Morimoto cars. There's contact between Marchetta and Tanaka, and that is the one thing you don't want to see between teammates. The last thing you want to see is both them colliding on track. Marchetta's gotten it going again, as has Tanaka, who appears to have come off better than the Italian. We're both falling away now, and those chances of points are slowly slipping away. This long train still running here from P2 to P10. Melo came very close to making a mistake there. He definitely ran off his line. That's allowing Gatto to post back in. Nathan Dagnoli running fifth. You have to keep an eye on him as well. And Mohamed Hadre, who I suppose should still be feeling pain in that cockpit, considering he was in the lead just a few laps ago, and this race now just already seems to belong to Oscar Diaz, short of some kind of puncture or any other driving error. Short of that, it looks like XCT will be recording their first victory, and a 1-2 finish at that as well, provided that Melo can hold on throughout the second half of the race. Melo running a bit of a different line there. He almost lost control of the car, but managed to hold on to it. Not as major as El Hadre's spin earlier. A spin like that could be crucial to one's race. But there's still half the race to go, so there's plenty of time to make up places, but there's also plenty of time for error. Gatto trying to make up places now. He's trying to move for second place. They come close to contact, and around goes Gatto. And Melo keeps going, but Gatto has spun. He's holding up the field. He spun in front of the pack. El Hadre trying to squeeze through. There goes Chloe Thomas now up into third place. And Pascal Becker has done really well out of this. He's jumping into P4. El Hadre falling even further from the field now. I'm not sure if he has a problem with some kind of. He's just taking too long to get going again. Here he comes out. He's going to try and make a move on Max Schmidt. He's going around the outside of the Brewers machine. They're going 4 abreast into the corner. This can't work. And I think they understood that, and they've all filed back out. Turton's up into P8. Sofi Sevilla and El Hadre battling for 9th place on track. And this is exactly what XCT would have wanted. Of course, it involved a bit of a spin for Luca Gatto, but it allowed Melo to pull away, and just like that, it appears the race for the lead is over. It does look like a 1-2 for XCT, short of any issues over the second half of the race. Pascal Becker in control of P4, Gatto running wide, and that's going to give the opportunity for Arbeloa to close in, and he's taken that chance, and he's right back up behind the Jaguar team machine. Nathan Dagnot and Liam Turton, these two young guns battling for Rookie of the Year. And these two appear to be the main contenders as of now, but of course there's still a lot of racing still to go. After this one, there's 10 more rounds in the championship as Dagnot loses control slightly. That allowed Turton to close in. Maybe that'll open the door for an overtake in the next couple of sectors or so. There's Tanaka also losing control there at the same corner. He's got one behind him. Jonathan Verve has moved up into 15th place, and with that collision on the last lap, it's allowed him to close right back in. So points do appear possible for the Apex team today. We haven't talked much about Alexia Pernay. Of course, she'll still be leading the championship, I believe. Or she may be leading the championship because I believe only a victory at this point is good enough for our to take the points lead, provided that Pernay or Sevilla don't score. Of course, the Abbey Grand Prix driver up into the top 10 now, and her teammate Chloe Thomas still running third. So this has turned out to be a very good day at the office for Abbey Grand Prix, despite one of their drivers at this point. But neither one of their drivers doing too well. Of course, Chloe Thomas had the opportunity to try and take the victory. It's not over yet, so we won't rule her out. But at this point, it does look like Diaz's race. It looks like Melo's going to come home behind him in second. But like I said, there's still a long way to go here. El Hadre looking to the inside of Sofi Sevilla, going up into P9. They're still going wheel to wheel. They're side by side. Nothing holding the two of them back. The Spaniard has the edge, and she'll move up, or she'll hold on to 9th place for the time being. Max Schmidt trying to get back up into the points, and that's opened the door for Pernay's try and sneak in. She doesn't quite succeed, and Verve's pulled right back up here. He's right behind, right in the gearbox of Bruno Cabral. It's very, very close. We could be seeing some drama in the late stages of this race, considering how close together the field is. Look at how far away Diaz is from Melo at this point. We'll be able to look at the gaps here once the timing screen comes back around on the bottom of your screen. That's through the last couple of corners he comes. It's 16 seconds. I don't think we've seen a winning margin as big as that within the first 5 races. We may have to look at Arbeloa's victory at Mugello in round 4, but as of now, he appears to be setting a new Formula A record, and the yellow flags are out. There must have been contact, and there was. Joe Daly, the other Delta Moore machine, has spun, not quite sure how, most likely through contact with another driver on track. But that's unfortunate for him. He's down into P20 now, and he can wave goodbye to any chance he has of scoring points today. So another driver eliminated our contention from the chasing pack. The field appears to have spaced out a bit more now. The battle for the top 10 still ongoing. If Verve can fight back from here to score at least a point, I think that'd be a success, considering where he was at the end of the first lap. Right now, Pernay's running P11. Sofi Sevilla will gain 2 points in the championship on her rival, provided that she finishes where she is. Arbeloa running 6th, but could potentially take 4th place by the end of the day. Look how close they are now. Chloe Thomas trying to close in on Eduardo Melo, and is succeeding at the moment. But I don't think anyone's going to catch Oscar Diaz come the end of the day, as we've said multiple times so far. Bruno Cabral running P14. He's lost control slightly there. You saw him struggle for grip there in the entry of the corner. Scott Price is in the pits again. That's the second pit stop he's making in this race. Short of retirement, he'll be finishing at the bottom of the classification come the end of the day. Verve still closing in on Max Schmidt. You know how close the train is between 10th and 12th. 4 laps to go now. Diaz has just crossed the line. Look how close Chloe Thomas is now to Eduardo Melo. We could be seeing a race for second here. Melo made a bit of a mistake. He's got the better drive off. Down the straight they come. The Abbey Grand Prix driver has 4 laps to try and take second place away, so plenty of time considering how close she is. And Lucas Gatto could be looking for P4 of Pascal Becker. If the two of them were to make contact, then that could be a perfect opportunity for Arbeloa to slide through and claim more points. If that were to happen, he'd be gaining 12 points in the championship. Now the positions gained and lost have changed quite a bit since the last time we saw it on lap 3. So Oscar Diaz has gained 1 place from this whole thing. Eduardo Melo's gained 2. Chloe Thomas is back where she started, as is Luca Gatto. Pascal Becker's gained 5 places. That collision a few laps ago really did wonders for him. Arbeloa's gained 11 places. He's had an incredible race. We're going to have to stop there, right there, because around goes Chloe Thomas. She spun on the entry to the corner, and that was very dangerous rejoin there. But she's down into P7 now. I'm sorry we had to leave the graph of positions getting lost to go, but that was probably more important because she's lost a chance at a podium now, and that is not what Abbey Grand Prix wanted to see. This could be a very good chance for Fireside to gain some more points. Pascal Becker's yet to finish on the podium in a Formula A race. Nathan Daniel looking to attack, trying to pass Arbeloa, and just like that, the field is all square once again, all right back up to each other, allowing XCT to pull away for an easy 1-2 victory, provided they can hold on for the next 3 laps. It's still Diaz in complete control. He's just set the fastest lap at 1:38.3. Arbeloa ducking to the inside now of Luca Gatto. Chloe Thomas trying to pass Nathan Dagneau, and there goes Sofi Sevilla sliding by as well. Great teammate move for Abbey Grand Prix, and that puts them up into P6 and P7 as there goes Arbeloa up into 4th. Now, could team orders come into play here late on, because Arbeloa is doing better in the championship, but it could have a chance at really closing up that gap to Pernay, despite the fact she's now in the top 10. And there's contact, and there goes Nathan Dagneau, very nearly losing the back end of the car. He holds on to P8, but only for so much longer, because here comes Manuel Hadre, Alexia Pernay, Max Schmidt, Milton Verve, Liam Turton. They're all right there. Turton's fallen back to 13th. He's out of the points. His chances are looking slim at this point with only 2.5 laps to go. Diaz still in complete control as expected. And short of mistake, he's winning this thing. I think that's all that really can be said. Arbeloa closing up to Pascal Becker, locks up there, and that's going to open the door, give him a chance on the inside. Not quite getting in there. He's still very close to his Fireside teammate. Of course, it's quite obvious in that team who driver 1 and driver 2 is, so if team order's worth coming to play. I don't really know what those rules would be, but I don't think we don't need it. Because here comes Arbeloa on the attack on Becker. They have to be careful here with teammates going at it. Full position. Arbeloa thinks better of it and slides down the inside. There's contact there. They touch wheels slightly. Becker holds on to 3rd place for the time being. The yellow flags are out. There's been contact behind them. And there has. Verve goes round again. The yellow flags are out again. Oh no, that's just for the same incident. And there goes Pernay up into P9. That was a very good move around the sweeping right hand. And there goes Turton trying to pass Max Schmidt around the outside. Turton can't switch back there. He'll remain in top. The chances, like I say, are looking grim now for Milton Verve of scoring points today, unless he can really get the hammer down in his final 2 laps. Arbeloa still very close to Becker, who's running a more defensive line in turn 1, and around he goes, and there goes Pascal Becker with 2 laps to go. Bruno Cabral's at the race, and there goes Chloe Thomas, who's made contact and lost her right front tyre, and just like that, a race has gone from bad to worse. Chloe Thomas, the ultimate climax of this race, out of the Grand Prix. 2 retirements just like that, because Cabral just retired with a puncture, and the South African out of the Turkish Grand Prix. She pulls the car over to one side. The race is over for her. And that's sent Pascal Becker all the way back down to P9, and with a damaged front wing, so no points for him today. That's going to be heartbreaking for him. A mistake with just under 2 laps to go. Chloe Thomas there out of the race as we see. Oscar Diaz, I'm sure most likely is going to be unaware of all this chaos unless he's being told what's going on behind him. But you've really got to feel for him here. He's got a lap. You've got to feel for the guys who have been knocked out of the race just like that. He's got a lap, one more lap to go to take the victory. His first victory in Formula A. The yellow flags are still out. And there goes Manuel Hadre, who's spun again. Oh, and you've got to feel, once again, more pain for another driver who has fallen out of the race just like that. It's all very, very close at this point. This race has been a complete mess, absolute chaos. Diaz has kept a level head throughout the whole thing, taking the lead early on due to Hadre's mistake. Of course, Hadre now sitting down in 19th. You would never would have thought he started on the pole for today's race. He had the best chance of taking a race victory, and it's been snatched from him cruelly, in the biggest sense of the word. And this looks like Diaz's race. Becker in the pit lane now. He's falling away out of the points. just like that. And I think Verve is up into P10 now. He's managed to move up into the top 10. And that is very good for him considering where he was at the end of the first lap. And there he goes around the outside of Max Schmidt up into 9th place. Incredible move from him there. And he'll no doubt be left feeling very pleased. Albeit he's lost more ground in the championship. I doubt he minds considering where he was on in the first lap. He'll have to find a way around that within the next few races. But in complete control of this race today. And coming round now to take his first Grand Prix victory and the first win for XCT. It's the Colombian Oscar Diaz who rounds the final corner to take his first ever Formula A victory. What a Grand Prix. He wins at Istanbul Park. The Turkish Grand Prix goes to Oscar Diaz of XCT Racing.
Fantastic drive.
Eduardo Melo's coming round now to snatch second place as he rounds the last couple of corners. So not only is this the first victory for XCT, but it's a 1-2. That team will go home feeling very, very pleased with themselves. They've gained a lot of places in the a lot of points in the championship today, and that's a full 43 points for XCT. The first 1-2. Arbeloa takes third place on the podium. Very good job from him. Luca Gatto also had a podium ripped away from him. Sofi Sevilla finishes P5. Nathan Digno P6, holding off Alexia Perney for 7th. Liam Turton gets some more points. And Milton Verbe sensationally finishes 9th. And keep the applause coming for Riku Tanaka, who scores his first ever points in Formula A. Marvellous effort from that Morimoto team, and that means that every single team on the grid has scored points for the championship this season. But none of them have scored more today than Oscar Diaz, who takes his first career victory in Formula A. What a race this has been today. Well, let's have a look at the final classification from the absolute classic of a Grand Prix. So, Oscar Diaz wins the race today with XCT's Eduardo Melo following home by 25 seconds between the two of them. Sergio Arbeloa rounding out the podium, Luca Gatto 4th and Sofi Sevilla 5th. You got a feel for some of these guys further back down the order, like Pascal Becker, Manuel Hadre, Scott Price had to make 2 stops, and of course Chloe Thomas, who retired with just 2 laps to go with that crash with Becker. Obviously very unfortunate for them. Taking a look now at the Drivers' Championship, it hasn't changed too much. The big difference being Oscar Diaz has absolutely shot up the championship. He now moves up into 6th place, and that drops Pascal Becker down to 9th in the standings, so he's really got some work to do. He sits a full 71 points of his teammate Sergio Arbeloa. The gap at the top though has come down to just 12 points between Sofi Sevilla and Alexia Perney, so that could change. The points lead could change hands in the next couple of rounds. Look at the Constructors' Championship. Abbey Grand Prix still remaining complete control over teammate Becker, only by 7 points now. And at XCT have also jumped up to 4th, passing both Dalton Moore and Jagarati. And Morimoto scored some points today, meaning now all 11 teams have scored points in this season's championship. We hope you enjoyed this video with the Turkish Grand Prix at Istanbul Park, and we hope to see you next time for the next round of the championship. But until then, make sure to like, share and subscribe, and we shall see you then. Goodbye everyone.